Hey, Scientific Discussion's back. Yeah, I was wondering where your response videos were going, man. It's good to have you back and to miss you. Yeah, I'm a busy man too, as you can tell. But I try to keep the videos short and sweet, so and do small little chunks. Try to squeeze it in the corners of my time. So that's how I managed to do this. So with regards to the difference between normative and descriptive. You are actually in a unique position, scientific discussion. There's a fellow by the name of Professor Bjorn Ramberg, who is a professor at the University of Oslo, and this is considerably closer to you than it is to me here in California, who, since the death of Richard Rorty and the death of Donald Davidson, may very well be the world's foremost authority in the difference between descriptive and normative vocabulary. So if you get a chance, you might want to just schedule an appointment with him and talk with him yourself about this. He's a very sharp guy, and I'm a big fan from having read some of his essays. So the first person who really drew this distinction between normative and descriptive was David Hume. And if you look at the Wikipedia article, I'll post link to it on this video. It goes, just look up Wikipedia for normative, the English Wikipedia, and it has some more information that's on there. And yeah, it's not really a very well known, or it's not really emphasized distinction. I think it should be more emphasized than what it is, which really is why I made a whole video on on the difference between the distinctions. So on the topic of truth, what do I really think about truth, or is there really a truth, or what it's all about? Yeah, I am a member of the American tradition of philosophy called pragmatism. Some might call me a neo-pragmatist. I believe actually that that the word true actually does have some legitimate uses in philosophy, and maybe I should make another video about this. It's kind of a long description, but in the meantime, to keep you posted, I briefly described some of these in response to a video of Azrionach. So I'll post another link to that as well, to tell you basically what I believe about truth. If if we if if we need more explanation about this, or if it's not clear, or maybe it's a good idea actually, probably what I'll just do is I'll probably just make some videos on truth eventually. So yeah, as should be blatantly obvious by now, I'm really having a hard time wrapping my mind around exactly what sense that Azrionach is giving to the word accept, and acceptable too for that matter. Yeah, with regards to your video, however, scientific discussion, I think we really need to steer a very careful course here between the Charybdis of belief and the Scylla of imagination, or something that you just made up, I guess is the best word for it. To discuss my concerns on this issue, let's walk over to the blackboard. It seems to me that you're using metaphysical kind of like a curse word here, or a bad word, right? Truth is obviously metaphysical, so therefore it's just bad. We can't talk about that, or we can't have that at all, right? And belief is kind of like painted with the same brush, tarred with the same feathers, right? We're just trying too hard for something we just can't get. But let's contrast this with some other propositional attitudes. Say imagination, or I just made it up. Imagine something I imagine has no relationship whatsoever to truth, right? Now, it seems like you're kind of like positing here the propositional attitude of accept as kind of like the Goldilocks mean. I don't know if you guys have the fable of Goldilocks and the Three Bears where you come from, but yeah, this is like too hot, too cold, but accept is just right. It's the golden mean between believe, which is just too metaphysical, and imagine, which is just not metaphysical at all. So what we have to do is we have to really distinguish between these three propositional attitudes, right? Belief, imagination, and acceptance. So here's one tool that we can use to do this, a kind of intuition pump, if you will. So it makes perfect sense to call a belief correct or incorrect. You can believe something and be wrong about that, right? But if you imagine something, there's no real sense in saying like an imagination or a fictional story that you tell is correct or incorrect, right? Imagination very deliberately has no relationship whatsoever to truth, or it just really can't be said to be right or wrong. So here's the diagnostic question, right? The question I really have. So is there some x such that if I accept x, I thereby make a mistake, right? Another way to phrase that is, if can I be wrong? If I accept something, can I be wrong in doing that? Is there anything which it is incorrect to accept? So, and you can hear the echoes of the normativity here, right? Is there a basically normative is about all about making a mistake or doing something that you shouldn't do. Is there anything which I shouldn't accept? So now there's two answers to this question, either yes or there's no, right? If the answer is yes, then I really don't see the difference between belief and accept. So if there is something which I shouldn't accept, well, what then is the difference between belief and accept? But if the answer is no, I'm still confused, right? If I can accept anything, if there's nothing that I accept and I thereby make a mistake, or I'm wrong, or if there's nothing I shouldn't accept, then what's just the difference between imagining something and accepting it, right? So yeah, if you can help me out with these questions, or if anybody else can help me out with these questions, I would really appreciate it. It would really help to clarify these questions in my mind. And so yeah, thanks again for your response. I haven't touched on some other topics in your video, so if I get a chance, I'll post another video talking about the other subjects that you raised. See you around.